Oh hey, don't mind me. I was just playtesting my own game on my phone. How'd I do that? I just plugged in my phone to my PC and ran the Unity editor. That's it. Oh, so you want me to teach you how to actually do that? Okay, can be done. I, Zafar from tutorialsEU, will teach you how to actually playtest your own games on your phones directly from the Unity editor. So go get your games ready and let's get to playtesting.
Hey, and by the way, we also have an article that you can find on our blog that is going over everything that you will see in this video with the code and also the resources. So you can just download them from there. Definitely check them out, and maybe you just want to read through it instead of just watching the video, or just use it as additional material. So check out the link in the description to get to the blog post.
Okay, so just to let you know, we will be using this project right here to demonstrate you how to actually make it work on your phone. And just so you know, this project comes from our Unity Masterclass. If you want to get this project, you can get it either going down to the description and getting the full finished project of this video, or if you're actually interested in knowing how to build this, then I think I can actually show you something that you may be interested in. So in you go, Dennis.
So I built this complete Unity Masterclass course in which you're going to learn how to build real games and how to build them from scratch. So you're going to learn how to build a platformer game, how to build a Space Invaders clone, how to build a Fruit Ninjas clone and optimize it for mobile and export it for mobile as well, how to build a first-person shooter game, and finally how to build a tycoon game similar to Adventurist, which is an endless game. So if you want to become a real game developer, definitely check out the course. You can find the link in the description and you will get the course with a huge discount, so don't hesitate, as you will not only get the course, but you will also get it in a structured manner with all of the code, as well as a Q&A section with a 5-star support. So get the course now. I hope to see you there.
Okay, we are back. Our goal for this video is to show you how to give you the possibility to actually play your games on your phone directly from your Unity editor. And let's start with setting up the target platform. To make that happen, go to File, Build Settings. We want to try and build it for iOS or Android. You may see the message that the module wasn't installed. In that case, just click on Install with Unity Hub and it will install everything that it needs. Once you did that, you'll get to this screen where it's already set up, like in my iOS case, because I am going to be using an iOS phone. And what you'll do now is, for this to actually use this as the build target, click on Switch Platform. Alright, okay. Now every time you build, the build will be made for iOS or Android, depending on which one you choose. We are ready to make the actual play movement script. In our case, it will be basically the same as the existing player movement script. So find player movement, Ctrl D to duplicate, and rename the duplicate to touch player movement. Open it, add touch right in front here as well. So basically to have the class name being the same as the file name. Before I do anything, let's understand first what our approach is actually going to be. Since we will be making a mobile game out of an FPS game, we have to think about how we can actually use the touchscreen for this type of games. For the movement to work, we have to separate the screen into two parts. One side being the camera controls and the other the character movement. As for mobile UI, for this game we will have a simple joystick on the left and simple buttons for jumping, sprinting, shooting and reloading, but for now, since the focus for this video is basic functionality for movement mostly and testing purposes, we will be keeping everything clean with no UI, just knowing that the two sides of our screen are actually working separately. Okay, then, back in our script, we will be tracking each finger separately on each side of the screen. For that, create two int variables called left finger ID and right finger ID. So, private int left finger ID and private int right finger ID. Now Inside of start, we'll be setting left finger ID and right finger ID to -1. So left finger ID set to -1. Same thing for right finger ID set to -1. What this is doing is basically just the fact that we are going to be using -1 to declare that yes, there is no touch input for the left finger actually happening. Since we are going to be splitting the screen in the middle, making the left finger touch the left side and the right finger touch the right side, that will also tell us that the left side is not receiving any input or the right side is not receiving any input. Talking about the splitting the screen thing, let's add that as well. Underneath these variables, create a private float called half screen width, or whatever you might prefer, and down here set half screen width to be screen, which is the current screen that's being used, dot width, which is basically the width of that screen, divided by 2, so you get each half of that screen. Great, now let's set up the method that we will be using to actually detect those inputs. Down here, underneath update, create a new void called, for example, get touch input. We'll need to call get touch input on every update. So inside of update, just write get touch input. Now on every update, get touch input is being called once. Okay, now we will be using touch.touchCount to read current touches. This will just return all the touches that are currently being made by the user. Create an if statement. Inside of the condition, let's input.touchCount more than 0. This will now trigger every time there is more than any touch counts, basically. So as soon as something presses the screen, this will trigger. To test it, let's make a simple debug log currently input touch count to get the exact number of touches that are being made at this current state, plus fingers are touching the screen. That's it for the script, at least. Let's save this, go back to the scene, add that already to our player, but since touch player movement is basically just a copy of player movement, disable this one, get touch player movement. You can also remove this one if you want to. Set everything up so it just works like your previous code. Like that, and that will be it for the setup inside of our scene. Save the scene, and let's actually set up our phone to be working with Unity now. To do that, you will be needing a Unity Technologies official app that you'll be able to get on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. In my case, it'll be the Apple App Store, so just look for Unity Remote 5, install it, open it, and you'll be greeted with a screen like this. Connect this device with a USB cable to your computer. Press play in the Unity editor to test. So let's just do that. Get a USB cable, connect it to your PC and your phone. And now go quickly back to your Unity editor. Go to Edit, Project Settings, and in the editor options, go to Unity Remote, Device, select your device. In my case, iPhone 8 Plus is already here, so click on it. In case it doesn't appear, just restart Unity and it should show up. If it still isn't working, which sometimes may happen, you can try to use any iOS device instead of this, then restart your editor and try then. I have even seen people having issues with the connection not happening because they simply didn't have iTunes installed if they were using an iOS device. So try different things. Usually it should be working out of the box without any issues, but just in case you are experiencing issues, make sure to comment it down below and I'll try to help you in every way possible. So everything is set up. We have our phone here connected with a USB cable to our PC, Unity remote is on, and we should be able to just press play, and there it is, right on our phone. Just like in the Unity editor, it's in our phone as well. Okay, and now if we take our phone and just press the screen, what's going to be happening is it's going to shoot first off. Why is that? Basically because shooting is set up to work with a simple mouse click. Mouse clicks and touch inputs are considered simple clicks. That's why Unity interprets our click as a shoot. Other than that, since we set up the debug log, we are able to see that every time we press, debug logs appear telling us how many input touches it's receiving at that very moment. So if we touch with one finger, it detects one. If we touch with two, it detects two, just like we expected it to happen. As you can see, we could easily detect touch inputs directly from our Unity editor just by tapping our screen. And we could even see our game as if it were actually a finalized application. From here you can easily just go and implement new features, controls, and whatever your project may need. Other than that, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do the bell thingy. I wish you good luck on your game dev journey, and bye!